Hey, how's it going? I am back. And yeah, more Diablo, of course. Mystic can enchant an item as many times as you can afford it. Right. Yeah. Oh, ew, why are we in Act 2? Ugh. Ick. Let's go to Act 5. There we go. Much better. Ah, much better. But hey, what's up? How's it going? We back with more D3. And I need Keystones. Because I realized I was running out. I think when I checked I had like 9 left and I was like, definitely need more than that. I actually did the math too to figure out how many I would need to level up my gems where I want them to be, so yeah. I was doing that a little bit earlier today, off stream on my own time. And yeah. Yeah. So I did like a little half-hour live stream earlier today. I'm not gonna put that up on YouTube, so I'll just like say what I gotta say again. I got the job, and after some emails, I start on Tuesday. So, yeah. Pretty awesome, but like I'm also still super nervous. But yeah. I'm sure it'll be just fine. I'll learn what I need to learn, you know. I'll be fine, but still. Because of that, I've had to kind of rethink things a little bit, like my personal schedule and, you know, how I'm gonna still, you know, how I'm gonna work the, you know, now a full-time job plus working on my books plus live streaming, because I still want to live stream. Let me just hop into a Nephilim Rift first before I get going. Put the buffs on. Alright. So, basically, what I'm thinking is when I come home from work and after I've eaten dinner and all that stuff, I will have like 3 hours of just free time before I have to go to bed and start my day over again. In those 3 hours, I could definitely work on my book and live stream. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably only be able to live stream like only an hour a day. So like I'm thinking like maybe starting at like 9 p.m. EST and just going for an hour, which sucks because I, you know, kind of do like to go for longer, but I need to dedicate more time to my books versus live streaming. So yeah, that's kind of what I have planned right now. And in order to do that, I have to move my computer setup into my room. Right now it's in the living room, mainly because, you know, I didn't want to put everything into my bedroom, and my mom was fine with me having it in the living room and all that stuff. So, but I can't continue to live stream in the living room because my mom will be home and that's not fair to her. So, yeah. I'm gonna be live streaming in my room. I'm gonna, right now, what I have is 2 desks, one a bit longer, one a bit shorter, and it's kind of like in an L shape, the way I'm sitting right now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the smaller desk into my bedroom and use my bed, which is a day bed, as like my computer chair, essentially. And I'll see how that goes. Worst case, I can always bring my computer chair in there. It's not like it's a big deal. But yeah, that's basically the plan right now. I don't know if this will actually work. I'll have to see how I feel once I start working. And yeah, go from there. Hopefully things work out, because live streaming is pretty fun. Hey, you're fine, wizard, you're fine. But yeah, that's what I have in mind right now. If I need to make changes to that, then I will, but if I can do that. And then obviously on weekends I can stream for longer, because I don't work weekends. They're not open on weekends, so yeah. And also to note, I was told that the position is going to be it's going to be like a 3-month probationary period, which is typical in a lot of companies. So after 3 months, I'm going to have a review and see how things are, I guess. if they feel I'm a good fit, and if I feel I'm a good fit, yeah. Yep, that's it. So yeah, I start on Tuesday. So, let's see. So because I obviously can't keep staying up late to do live streams, because for those of you who may not know, for me when I do the live streams, it's like close to midnight when I start. And then I usually go till about 2 or 3 a.m., which obviously I can't do if I'm working because I need sleep. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to start working on my sleep schedule to try and get it to at least, you know, kind of normal. What are you guys killing over here off screen, dropping freaking legendaries? But yeah, so bear with me the next few days, I guess, while I figure things out. Tomorrow, it's tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday, yeah, so Thursday night and Friday night, I'll be doing my streaming as usual, no change there. But then Saturday and Sunday is when I'm going to start to go to bed a little bit earlier so that I can have my sleep schedule ready to go for Tuesday so that I get the sleep I need. Yeah. By then, I'll have my computer in my room, so I'll be able to live stream from there. It'll just be earlier than normal. So, yeah. Yeah. That's the best compromise I can make with myself. And then also, I'm probably gonna do maybe more like just chatting and hanging out streams, because, you know, sometimes if I'm too tired when I come home from work, I might not want to play anything, so I'll probably just hang out and do, you know, just chatting, and whoever wants to hang out with me can hang out with me, whatever. And in preparation for that, I need to make a screen, like an image or whatever, so that, you know, you're not just staring at a black screen while I'm talking. I need some kind of an image, right? So I'll have to, you know, create something for that. But I'll just do like a quick little thing, kind of like how my starting soon and be right back screens are. Just something like quick, and yeah. But that's my plan as of right now. And yeah, next week will be the start of that plan, and we'll see how it goes. If it turns out to be too much for me, like if my workday is like too exhausting, then obviously I'm gonna have to make some more adjustments, but for now, I believe this will work. The thing is, I don't know how taxing the job is necessarily. So, from what I understand, it's similar to my old job, which was assembling picture frames. So the pictures would come out of a printer. This lady who handled that machine, she would give me the pictures and I would put them into frames. However, in that job, it was kind of just you do the orders as they come in, right? Or, sometimes there would be like hundreds of, like maybe 100 or 200 orders in the system, which was like kind of like a standard day, unless we were kind of slow. And then, I would just, go through my invoices and just go through the orders that I had, and I could do about 40 on average frames a day, depending on the size. If the frame sizes were a bit bigger, maybe I would only be able to get 20 done in a day, because the bigger frames take longer to do and take just more had to be done with them, kind of thing. So, yeah. This place, from what I understand, from what they've told me, is we'll get 10, 15 projects, or we'll be working on 10 to 15 projects at any given time, but like you don't have to get them done super right away. Like some projects they'll be like you have a deadline of 10 days, some you'll have a deadline of 30 days. So it's like it doesn't seem like it's super fast paced or physically taxing. So it doesn't seem like, because while you do need to get the orders out in a timely fashion, it doesn't seem like it's super rushed. So, yeah. Plus the fact that it's not simply, like my other job where pictures are printed out and I put them in the frame. This is like different. Like the things we're putting in the frames is different, and then making sure that you can put everything in the frames, that it all looks nice and orderly, which is where the creative side comes into it, is a different thing. So, like I said, I don't really know how the job is yet, so you can only guess, Hey Izzy, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Just explaining a little bit more about this job and my plans for it and my streams and all that stuff. But yeah. I'm probably gonna be streaming earlier in a couple of days. Yeah, it's good to have you here. Thanks for being here earlier too. That was nice. Oh, don't stand in the poison. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I can pretty much guess what it's gonna be like from, they've shown me the products, like what the job entails, and what they've told me about it, and what I've seen on their website. So I can kind of guess what it would be like. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do that quick one, just to, like a quick update kind of thing. Yeah. What's funny is that before I found out about the job and before I started playing Diablo earlier, I was thinking about playing Terraria and streaming that earlier for a little bit. And then I got the email, and then, well, actually I was playing Diablo first because I decided to play that just on my own time, and then I got the email and I was like, well, yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about Terraria. But I honestly don't know anymore. So yeah. Dead ends. Basically, I'm just gonna stick with D3 for now until I get more accustomed to things, until my schedule sorts itself out a bit more. I'll give myself like a couple of weeks, and then I'll know how I feel. Lots of legendaries. Yummy, yummy. Oh, crap. There was something I wanted to do today, dude. Damn it, I had this idea for the stream tonight, and then I completely forgot about it because of everything that happened today. Ah, really? Nice. Yeah, like so basically I had this idea where, like, you know, sometimes it's hard to like think up conversation topics, right? So I was like, what if I go to Reddit to um like a subreddit, like what's it called, like unpopular opinions, and just like talk about some of the things on there, some of the unpopular opinions, like that could generate discussions so I wouldn't have to think up stuff on my own. I thought that was a fun idea, but then I totally forgot to do that. I'm not a Reddit person, but like there are people who make YouTube videos reading Reddit posts, so I was like, yeah, that's how I get my Reddit, by watching YouTube videos. Yeah, I thought it'd be neat to like go to the like unpopular opinion subreddit or whatever and talk about some of that stuff. Thought it'd be like a fun, thought I could find some fun topics to discuss, you know? But yeah, I forgot. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, the Rift Guardian is here. Somewhere. On top of me. Okay. And already dead. Oh. I think they're still trying to kill me. Okay. Ooh, yes, I like that. Thank you. Oh, gimme. And let's go. My foot's already falling asleep, and I haven't been sitting on it very long. Okay. Close it. Yeah, we definitely need to get rid of stuff now. Oh, mostly, yeah. For the most part. So I moved the stuff around in my room, and now all I have to do is move one of my desks and my computer in there. But I'll wait till the weekend to do that. And I'll just keep things the way they are for tomorrow and Friday. So Saturday when I stream, I'll be in my room, be in my new setup. I don't want to move things now because how I watch stuff on my computer is through the TV. So if I change it around now, then I have to be in my room to watch things, because then I don't have a way to connect my computer to my TV from my bedroom. So yeah. Ooh, although that's gonna make Monday interesting now that I think about it, because I don't start working till Tuesday. So Monday I'll be still home doing nothing, and I won't have my computer connected to the TV out here, so Yes. Yeah. They, after I emailed saying I accepted the job, they emailed me back saying they'll see me Tuesday. So yeah, Tuesday to go. Um, you don't want any of these. Yep. I wonder what the other person is like that they hired. Yeah. Excitement. I still don't know how to feel about it because like I don't know what exactly I'll be doing there. So like I don't know if I'm excited for it yet. You know? I'm also not one to like have my hopes up and stuff like that. Like so I don't know. Like I'm sure it'll be fine, right? Worst case, if I really, really, really don't like it, I can just walk away. Like, like, but yeah. How many gems am I at now? 38. We still need more. Yeah. Many, many more keystones.
In fact, I decided to get the day's eating out of the way all at once. I kept at it until I couldn't take another bite. Well, it sounds like
The thing is, like, the way I prepare for anything in life is thinking of, like, the worst situations. Like, I think about the worst thing possible that could happen. Because chances are that's not going to happen and everything would be just fine. And then by comparison, because I've thought about the worst thing possible, anything else that happens is not bad. So that's how I deal with life. I also don't want to like have expectations of it going well either. Then if it doesn't, then I'm disappointed and that sucks and yeah. I have issues, so I have lots of issues. If only the job they were hiring for was one that I could just stay in my home inside all day, like I already am. But hey. Right? We all got issues. And hey, I mean, there's always, you know, the hope that my books start making me a bit more money, and, you know, if that happens, then I can quit and just do my books all day like I've been doing. So, you know, at least this job will, you know, hold me over financially until my books pick up. And then, yeah. Which reminds me, I gotta email my editor. Because now that I have a job again, I can get her to edit my 5th book, and then I can get ready to publish it. So that's awesome. I'm hoping she's available for like mid-June. Then if she can have it done by say the beginning of July, then I can publish it maybe by the end of July. So that's my plan right now. I gotta email her. There, it's on now. Yeah, well, my books are relatively short. Like, short even compared to what typical book length is in my genre. So, like, yeah, she can usually edit in like about a week or two. So yeah, she's pretty good. And then yeah, after she's edited it, it doesn't take me long to go over her edits, like to revise the edits, and then to go over it a couple more times on my own, and then get it ready for publishing. It also depends on how fast I work. I mean, I am limited on time because I'll be working, so I'll have to work with that as well. But yeah. Worst case, if I push it back to August, that's fine as well, but I'm thinking July I could have it ready for, but it depends on her schedule too. And then worst case, if, you know, if she's not available and she's she only has free time later than I'm hoping, then while I'm waiting, I can work on book 6 more. Yeah. Get in there, Hydra. Okay, no, come here. I know they're dead. Hydra, don't leave me. Mm. I don't see this map very often. Or you know, maybe it's just not a Greater Rift map. Maybe that's why I don't see it very often. That would make sense. No worries, no worries. I'll be here. A Rift Guardian. Ew. Then I can sip her. There we go. There we go. That's better on my back. That's better. We'll wait. Oh, that's better. I just took my hair out of the ponytail. That feels better. Okay. I'll get my hair cut. Getting much too long for me. I usually like getting it cut to like about my jawline. And then because of how naturally wavy and curly my hair is, it actually looks really nice for me, so. And it's a lot easier to manage when it's short too, so. It takes me like 5 seconds to brush because when it's short and it's so nice. I just don't know when I'm gonna get. Wait. Damn it, I really wish I would have remembered to go to. Sometimes I can think on my own what to talk about, but then other days I'm like, draw a blank. I have no idea. I heard a treasure. Heard it. There it is. Gem one? Looked like a gem one. It would be nice to get the vault. It's always fun to do. I got it 2 days ago. That was fun. Whew. Tired. Really don't start yawning until like at least a couple of hours from now. I didn't think today was so exhausting, but I guess it was. I guess I was a bit more anxious than I thought. Maybe that's why I don't talk about. I'm just maybe a bit more tired than usual. I guess it's something I gotta get used to again. Tired. Interesting map list. Oh, lag. Good. Tiny amount. Really. Oh. Oh my god. One of the Nephilim rifts I was running earlier today off stream. The first floor had all Whimsyshire monsters. Like all the ponies, the teddy bears and flowers. I forgot that that was a thing. How did I get back here? Oh, bitch. Get over here. Is there no way for? Oh, there we go. I was like, why? I had just killing that thing. did you guys engage? Those things? I'm getting like lots of legendaries. Looks like that intern is like on point. Hey, welcome back, Izzy. Welcome back. Like a super low energy stream tonight, apparently. Oh god, get out of there. I just feel super chill and like laid back today. Like more so than I normally am. Stop. Gucci. I can't carry anymore. Hydras, protect me.
Impressive.
I suppose so. But now the worry is, what is this job like? That's what the worry is now. And also, how much responsibility am I gonna have at this place? Eventually. Obviously not right at the bat as I'm still learning, but there are still plenty of things to be stressed about. Well, apparently we work in a team to do stuff, which is nice. Obviously they're not just gonna like throw me to the wolves, but still. I'm also just worried if like my plans for my schedule for like you know, the work, writing and streaming, if that's gonna work out the way I'm hoping it will. That's also like I have, because I want it to work, but I'm not gonna push myself if it's gonna exhaust me. So yeah, lots of things to think about.
Don't forget, luck always changes.
My bags are full.
Ancient? Oh. Oh, you mean that one in Ancient? The dollar? Psh. Psh. Yeah, I probably will be fine. But I'm still gonna stress about it until until the day comes. Because that's just how I am.
Shall we? Don't forget, luck always changes.
I can't pick up anything else.
It's just the unknown of it all. That's all. And then it's also, you know, because it's a new environment, it's also, you know, getting familiar not just with the job, but with the people who work there, right? Like that's the other main thing that I always think about. What are the people gonna be like? Because, you know, we've all worked in places where eventually things get maybe just a tiny bit hostile, you know? I mean, I've had people treat me not like, not badly necessary, but kind of like writing me off. And maybe because, at least at my first job, maybe because it was my age, right? I was, you know, in my early 20s when I started working that job. Like, I think legit I was like 20. So, you know, and the person, you know, some of the people who were working there that I interacted with because of the job, they were, you know, older than me. So, you know, there is that mentality some people have over people who are different ages and whatnot. But yeah. And then I've had interactions with people at the last job I was at. Yeah. Just people make me nervous. So, yeah. Especially because, like, you know, I don't have the typical interests a normal person would have. Because, like, I don't really watch TV shows or, like, sports, and that's, like, usually the thing that people will talk about, kind of thing. Like, those are among the common topics. So, I mean, it'd be nice to, like, go in there day one and just, like, announce the entire place, who else is into anime? Let's be friends. But, like, that's not how it works. So... yeah. Ooh. Hello, treasure goblin. A bunch of stuff. Oh, because you were... Take this stuff. Yeah, it's just like I've had issues with like people in the past, or they've had issues with me, I'll say. I'm like a nice and polite person, but I guess maybe I rub people the wrong by being nice. I don't know. It's true. Very true. I mean, kind of get a bit heavy on the topic here, but like back when I was in elementary school, I mean, I was like even nicer than I am now because I didn't have like sarcasm or anything with me back at that point in my life. So I was like a super nice, quiet, shy kid, and I got like bullied and stuff. So like, yeah. Sometimes being a nice person sucks. Because people are still shitty to you. So yeah. But how did I lose points? Oh god. Fireballs. Oh god. I'm not paying attention. Yeah. I want this. But yeah. Whenever you're in like a new, you know, meeting new people and stuff, you always like gotta get a feel for them, you know what I mean? Because, you know, some people, for example, don't really understand sarcasm. So I have to like, if I'm naturally a sarcastic person, or that's where my humor tends to lean towards, and someone who doesn't get sarcasm, I gotta like be aware of that, you know? Which can happen. Plus, I'm also not the kind of person to like interject myself into a group of people, if you know what I mean. Like, if there's like, you know, some people who are just like talking and like chilling or whatever, I'm not gonna like go up and mingle. That's the word, mingle. I'm not a mingler. I don't mingle. So like sometimes that can be perceived as like a negative, because then some people, you know, like I said, I'm an introvert, right? I have people issues, so some people can like take that as me being like antisocial or like as a loner or whatever, when that's not necessarily the case. It's just hard interacting with people. Yeah. Now I have to go to this new place and like learn the people. That's not fun. Right? I agree, people. Bleh. Social distance, please. Oh my god. I could so be like that, but I am not like that, so like I can't even pretend to be. I'm not that like whatever towards people. It's just, for me it's just I don't know how to approach people. You know, I'm not a mingler. I don't know how to small talk. So like, yeah. And then I also like super overthink every interaction I have with someone. So yeah. I'm always like over analyzing and in my head about things. So like that doesn't help. Right? I'll just be like, look, I'm a wizard, not a bard, okay? Or barb, sorry. Not a barb or a crusader. You know, I'm a wizard. You gotta need some distance. You know, establish my nerdiness right off the bat. That's what that'll do. You know, and then there's the experience of, you know, I've, you know, made friends with people that I've worked with, and then over time of working with you know, that person, they turned out to be a little bit of a dick. So that ruins like the work friendship relationship and that kind of stuff. Nerds unite from a distance. Oh my god, that reminds me. That reminds me of a mug I have, like a coffee mug. It says introverts unite, and then in the brackets it says privately. It's such a cute little mug. I think I got that in Vegas, I think. Found it in one of the stores there. And I was like, yes, this is so me. And then I have a t-shirt that says the same thing too. Oh my god, on Tuesday I should wear that introvert t-shirt. Just plainly say, this is what I am, and now you know.
I need to go back.
Okay. Socializing is hard. Oh god, and then I've been in like, this is like the worst situation I've been in. There have been times when I've worked at places where I've been hit on, and I don't necessarily mind being hit on, right? It's usually innocent, it's nothing like bad, but if I say I'm not interested, but then they still keep hitting on me, then that's super uncomfortable. And I actually had a situation with a guy at the last place I worked at where he, he'd ask me out to like hang out after work or go for drinks, like clearly like being into me, right? So I told him, I'm not really interested in him or in dating or whatever, or, seeing, like, I just wasn't interested, right? And I told him plainly I wasn't interested, but he kept hitting on me. And there was one time he, bought me a little box of chocolates, and I said to him straight up, I don't want to accept this box of chocolates because I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I don't want to lead you on. I've told you how I felt, and whatever. And he's like, oh, I just want you to have them, it's okay, I get it, whatever. And I'm like, I kind of just gave in at that point, so I was like, he isn't gonna leave me alone, so I was like, whatever, I'll accept the friggin' box of chocolates. So then, he kept trying to hit on me, kept, asking to go out after work and stuff like that. And so at one point I got so frustrated by him that I walked up to where he works, which is kind of on the opposite side of the warehouse, and I was like, look, I've told you over and over again that I'm not interested, and the way you're acting, it's almost like, it's very close to like sexual harassment. You're making me very uncomfortable, and I don't want to go to the boss about this because I don't know if you realize how uncomfortable it's making me. And after I told him that, he was like, oh my god, I didn't realize that it was making you feel that way. So then he really backed off, because then he finally got it. And I didn't end up going to the boss or anything because he left me alone after that, and he was just normal friendly with me after that, which was nice. But yeah, some people don't realize, how you feel or how they're making you feel unless you tell them. And I didn't want to get him in trouble if he didn't realize that, which, he didn't until I told him. So yeah, we resolved the issue and it was fine, and he was okay after that. But yeah, like, yeah, like, and that's why I gave him the benefit of the doubt, right? Because in his eyes, he was, it was an innocent thing, right? So that's why I approached him how I did. You know what I mean? It's like, I always believe in like resolving things peacefully or whatever, and not escalating unless I absolutely have to. Because, it's always good to give people the benefit of the doubt or second chances. You know what I mean? Because they just might not know, right? So, and luckily it worked out and everything was good. And yeah. Although this, I will say that this was also before I realized I was asexual. So like, I don't know if that would have had anything to do with it. Like, if I would have said to him, hey, I'm asexual, and explained what that was, I don't know if that would have changed anything. Especially because for some people, if you say you're asexual and what that means, then they like come on even harder with the mentality of that, oh, you don't know you don't know if you haven't tried it, or you haven't tried me, or that kind of mentality. So like, yeah, that can be a bit tricky if I approach it from that angle. So yeah. But luckily things were resolved and it's all good. That was just this time too. A similar situation happened at the other place I worked at when I was in my early 20s. There was a guy who was like kind of hitting on me and interested in me, and like at that time, being in my early 20s, I didn't really know how to deal with it, so I kind of just ignored him. And luckily, he was on the morning shift, I was on the afternoon shift, so like our shifts only overlapped like half hour or something like that. So yeah, I had no idea how to deal with that kind of thing at that time. So yeah. Yeah. Right? That's true. Which kind of sucks. I mean, you know, because it's really a no means no kind of situation. Like I said, I'm not interested. You know, and like even my body language, I feel, was like resistant. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. But I guess not everyone reads body language, I get that. But I mean, I clearly said to him in, like, with my words, I was not interested. So, yeah. I don't know. That makes me sad to hear that. Like, and I get that too. Like, I get that people have that mentality as well. That it's like, oh, they want me to try harder to pursue them, and it's like, no. You know, some people do, I guess, play hard to get, and I get that. But I mean, if I was being coy and playing hard to get, you know, I would have maybe flirted as I was telling him I'm not interested. But like, from my tone of voice, and like I wasn't smiling when I would, you know, rejected his chocolates and stuff like that. Like, but I guess that wasn't obvious enough for him until, honestly, it was probably the threat, you know, probably when I said words like sexual harassment that probably like really snapped him out of it, because that's a powerful term, you know. But at least he finally got the clue. From what I understand, I think he got a girlfriend shortly after that too, and then he left for another job, so good for him. He found something better and moved on. That's awesome. Yeah, right? But there was, like, I don't know. There was some other things that just like bothered me about that place with like some of the people. So like you know, I don't mind talking about, you know, sex. Talking, like, it's not a taboo topic to me. I don't mind discussing things of the sexual nature. Like, it really doesn't bother me, it doesn't embarrass me. I mean, I've been, you know, reading, writing, watching sex scenes since I was like 14, so like, you know, that doesn't bother me. But what does bother me is when I'm the subject of the talk. So like, if someone, you know, is like, hey, you know, did you get laid this weekend or something like that? Like, I don't like that kind of, like, when I'm the topic of the discussion in a sexual conversation. And you know, I've told this to people. It's how I feel, it's valid and whatever, right? But there was this one guy that I worked with, not in my department, again, in the same department as this other dude. And, you know, I didn't mind talking about sexual things with him or anyone else in that department. One of the guys there was my friend, so whatever, right? But sometimes this guy would, like, so it mainly started when I got a boyfriend. And, you know, the guy who was my boyfriend was someone who worked there as a temp. He only worked there for so long though. But anyways, and, you know, because, you know, the people at work knew who that guy was, you know, and knew that we were dating, this guy would say things like, oh, you know, did you get laid this weekend? Or things like that. Or did you go out with your boyfriend, in like a suggestive manner or whatever? And it's like, one, that's none of your business. And two, like, what? Like, why would I tell you something like that? But like, to be honest, like, he was it's almost like he was too interested. And it's like, I'm gonna say something here, because like I said, I don't mind talking about this stuff, and it'll make more sense if I say this. So I'm still a virgin, right? And so the topic of like, you know, him wanting to know if I've gotten laid, you know, finally after all these years is just like so weird to me. Like, why are you so interested in like my virginity, dude? Like, oh shit, I didn't realize my things were off. Oops. Yeah. Like I don't mind, you know, telling people I'm a virgin. It doesn't really, like I said, it doesn't really matter to me. Who cares? Who knows? The fact that he seems so interested on when I was gonna lose it was just like weird. Like really weird. Like we got nothing else to talk about during our workday. Kind of weird. Yeah. Like I can get if people are curious as to why, you know, I haven't done it ever. Like, I get that. And be curious. Ask your questions. I don't care. That's fine. But don't be like, hey, oh, you have a boyfriend now. I guess this means it's gonna happen, or has it happened yet, or whatever. Like, what? Like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I totally had the sex this weekend, and let me tell you all about it. Like, what? But I guess some people do talk about things like that, and maybe that's why. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what his reasoning was. And while he was generally generally an okay guy. I didn't mind him so much. But like, that did bother me, plus the fact that he was kind of homophobic for like religious reasons. And that really bothered me. And like I was so close to like talking to the boss about him too. Like it happened like when I was going to do it, it was like right around the time. It was close to when I got laid off, so I didn't have the chance to. But yeah. Like, I mean, think what you want to think in your own head, and, you know, be that way in your own home kind of thing. But like, I don't need to hear homophobic stuff at work or in the open kind of thing. You know what I mean? Especially when it's like for religious reasons. Just I don't like. It bothers me. But yeah. But you know, that's just people sometimes. Yeah. And the thing is that like, I never knew that about him until one of the temps we hired happened to be gay. Right? And, you know, this guy was nice. You know, he was a nice guy. I had no problem with him. He did his work, whatever. But then, you know, this homophobic dude was just like saying shit about him. And it's like, really? Yeah, right? That is so sad. But yeah. I also don't know if anything would have been done if I even went to my boss about it. Because, like, I've gone to my boss about other things. Like, so, I was on the safety committee at this job. And, you know, I would bring up safety concerns I had. Where, like, you know, some people were not doing things safely or whatever. And I was pretty much ignored. And in some of its cases, when I had warned against something, someone did get hurt. So it's like, why wasn't I listened to? If I was listened to, that person wouldn't have gotten hurt. So it's like, yeah, I felt like I wasn't being heard in that place anymore. And like, that was just like one of the many like reasons why I just couldn't, why that place is just like not working for me anymore. Yeah. Like, it was bad. Like, yeah. There were many, I had many, like, it was a lot of small issues that just piled up over like my last year of working. And then like, just couldn't do it anymore. It just weighed on me way too much. It was super stressful. But yeah, like the safety concern things are like the ones that get me the most, because it's like, it's safety, you know, your workers have to be safe. If you're like, if you're not gonna listen and people get hurt, like, come on. But yeah. Yeah. Right? Exactly. That's exactly it. And like, what's interesting is that that last year that I was working there, so before I actually left that place or got laid off, whatever, like like one person got himself fired, but then two people who had been working there from before I was working there, they were getting super frustrated and they just like quit. So like, we're talking about like OG veterans of the place were just like so fed up they just like quit. So like, basically the place was losing all of its like best OG employees that were there, that had been there for so long, because they didn't feel listened to anymore, you know? They were, you know, we were all starting to get the feeling of being second guessed all the time, and it's like, what? It was super frustrating. Right? They could have been in a lot of trouble. Yeah. They did. They certainly lost good people. Like those couple of people that quit, like, they were really good. I really liked them. They were super nice people, awesome at their job. One of them was like pulling in crazy hours. He would come in like before the place opened, and he'd be like, you know, kind of like the first in, last out kind of thing. You know, he'd be like one of the first people in the place in the morning. He'd be one of the last people to leave at in the evening. So like, he was a really good worker. But yeah, I don't know what changed there, what was going on in the boss's heads, why they just didn't seem to care anymore. It sucks. But yeah, it happens, I guess. I never thought that would have happened in a place like this though, because we were such like, it's a small company. There were only ever like 10 or 15 people like that were full-time employees, and then we had a few temps when it was the busy season, so like, they were a small, close-knit group, you know? So it sucks when like shit happens like that. It's almost like a sense of betrayal in a way. But yeah, it was really unfortunate. The thing that sucks the most though is that I still really like the products that the place does. So I'm like constantly debating if I want to like still give them my business, because their products are still like really good, even though the people aren't the greatest. So yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, probably. Probably. For me, the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when like they made me so super like highly stressed out one day that I was like in tears when I went home. Like, I was that stressed and anxiety riddled. It was like the worst. Yeah. So like the busy season of that place is like around Black Friday and like the Christmas holidays. So that's when people were ordering like a lot of pictures, you know, for because of Black Friday deals and for, you know, presents, right? Hey, Diva Mechanics, what's up? Good to see you again. Welcome back. That's such a cute little emote. Nice. But yeah, so during the busy season, we're encouraged, it's not mandatory, to work the last Saturday in November and then every Saturday leading up to Christmas in December. But they're not mandatory, and this was stressed every time. The Saturdays are not mandatory, but they would like you to show up, this way you get a bit more work done. No problem. I've never had a problem working those Saturdays. It was always fine by me. However, the last Saturday that we were scheduled to work in December, my mom had called me Friday morning when I was on the bus on my way to work, telling me that she was really sick and she was taking the day off work. My mom is a workaholic, alright? She does not just take a day off work, okay? So of course, I was concerned, and I was like, okay, well, because I was concerned for my mom, I was like, I'm not gonna work the Saturday. After work, I'm going to go home, feed my cats, and then I'm gonna go straight to my mom's place and stay with her, sleep over Friday, stay with her Saturday, and just be with her that weekend, right? So, you know, I'm working throughout the day on Friday, and it's usually at the end of the day when my supervisor would go around to everybody and ask them if you're going to be there on the Saturday shift. So near the end of the Friday shift, I tell my supervisor, no, I'm not going to be there. I'm concerned for my mom. She was sick today, like that she took time off work, and it's like a huge deal, and I'm worried for her. And everyone at this point, you know, I've been working there for 4 years. They know me and my mom have a close relationship, right? And, you know, it's just me and my mom. My dad's not really in the picture. So, and I'm an only child. So, yeah, it's me and my mom against the world kind of thing. So I tell this to my supervisor, and he's like, okay. You know, he jots that down, and he continues asking people. Then, even though there are technically kind of two owners of the company, they're both brothers. So the one brother comes out to me, and he's like, so he comes out to me, and he's like, hey, you know, supervisor said that you're not going to be working this weekend, or whatever. So I'm like, so I explain to the brother the situation with my mom. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go talk with the other boss. I'm like, okay. I also told him I should point out that I was going to work later on that Friday to make up a little bit more time because I wasn't going to be there the Saturday, right? So it's nearing the end of the shift, and, you know, I'm just still working, whatever. I get called into the office with both brothers. Now, I'm an introvert. I have social anxiety. I don't do confrontation. So I'm like, okay, this was highly stressful because I didn't know what was going on. Why are they calling me into the office? Like, oh my god, what's happening? So I was panicking a little bit, to say the least. So I get into the office, and, you know, we sit down, and they're, you know, they basically say to me, you know, we could really use you for this weekend. It's, you know, the last weekend before the Christmas and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I know that, but, you know, I know. So I basically ran the framing department, right? It was my department. So I knew that even if I didn't work that Saturday, we would still get all the orders out in time that needed to get out, because there were certain deadlines, right? I knew we'd be perfectly fine. No problems. So I told them this. They didn't want to hear it. And I told them, okay, you know, I'm worried about my mom, blah, 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 whatever. I explained the situation again. It's like, I felt like they weren't letting me leave the office until, like, I caved. And like, I just like sat there, like staring at them, them staring at me, them trying to be like humming and hawing, kind of being like, well, we could really use you in on Saturday kind of thing. And it's like, I just wanted to get out of there. Like, I was like so stressed that they weren't listening to me, that they didn't seem to care at all, that I was worried about my mom. And like, I was just like, I just said to them, fine, I'll be in Saturday. Like, I just wanted to leave at that point. So after I said, you know, I would show up on the Saturday, I left the office. And as I was packing up my stuff to leave for the day, I was crying because I was super stressed out and frustrated, because it's like, how could they not like give a fuck? You know what I mean? So I was like shaking, I was crying. The temps who were working with me were super worried, and they came over to me to make sure I was okay. Like, yeah, I was so done. So done. But yeah. And then, you know, I get to work on the Saturday, and, you know, the one boss comes up to me. He's like, you know, because it's only you here, because my temps couldn't come in that Saturday either. They were like, he was like, or at least I thought they weren't going to come in. So the one temp couldn't come in. The other one said she couldn't, but apparently later Friday night, she called the boss and said she was going to be in. So technically, there was going to already be someone in, and my boss said that he was going to work in the department with us to get more done. So I was like, if there's two of you there, why wouldn't you have called me and just said to then just stay home with my mom? Why still make me come in then after the fact? Like, and you know what? Even though the boss was working with me in my department the entire day, not once did he ask me how my mom was. Not once. I was like, really? Effing really?
I can't carry it.
I was like, yeah. That was like the last straw. After the shitty like half a year or whatever it was before that, with all the safety concerns that were ignored and all that stuff, I was done. I was so done.
I need to go back.
Right? The saddest thing is, they weren't always like that. There was a time when they actually really did care for their employees. Like, so I don't know what happened, like what changed. But, yeah. That's neat. But yeah. I don't know what switch went off that they were like, what changed in them, but yeah. It was awful and terrible, and like the most stressed out I'd like ever been.
I am returning to town.
But yeah. That's my work story. And the thing is, like, I hate confrontation, I hate drama, I hate all of that, but yet, like, sometimes a situation happens and I'm just, like, drawn into one of those situations, and I'm just like, I can't handle it. I'm not built like that. Yeah, it was, like, I was just shocked when I was in that meeting room with the two brothers, like, that they just did not seem to care at all. Yeah. I wish I would have had more balls, just been like, not go in on Saturday at all, even though I told them I was going to. That would have been kind of hilarious, to say, you know, that I was gonna come in and then just like not show up. What's funny is that, like, after that happened, I told myself that the next holiday season, I wasn't gonna work any Saturday. But then I got laid off, like, a few months, like, I think it was September or October or whatever of that same year. So, like, yeah. But if they hadn't laid me off and I was still working there, I wasn't gonna work that holiday season Saturdays. None of them. Because they pissed me off. They did not deserve my extra time after that. Yeah. It was never mandatory. And so, like, so every Monday morning, the bosses would call everyone in the warehouse into a meeting. And so, like, throughout the whole year. So, like, when the busy season came along and, you know, Saturday shifts were announced, every Monday meeting, he would stress that they were not mandatory. So, like, why were they pressuring me to work a day that was not mandatory? Especially when I worked every other Saturday that was available, and I knew the department would have been fine. Like, we would have gotten all the work done, no problem, without that extra shift. So, yeah, I've never had a problem working Saturday shifts. Never. Never a problem. You know, even there were a few times when I had to work in other departments and stuff like that. Hey, what's up? DTN hello broy. What's up? Welcome to the chat. Oh, and thanks for following too. I just saw that. Thank you. But yeah, welcome to me ranting about my job for the last however many minutes it was. Yeah. Or at least my old job. Let me clarify. My old job. Yeah. But, you know, when you have, like, employers that, you know, respect you or understand you a little bit, you know, at least take care of their employees better, then the employee is willing to do more for the job, right? That's how a lot of us were there until that last year or so. Then shit kind of fell apart. Thanks for letting me vent. Oh yeah. I was like, what was I doing again? Right, I'm still running the riffs. I kind of just, like, zoned out while I was doing stuff, so I forgot what I was doing. But yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. And it's unfortunate, but it sucked the most because, like I said, when I first started working there, they were fine. The bosses were super nice. It was great. And then the change is, like, what bothers me the most. It's like they weren't like that in the beginning. Like, at least if they were like that in the beginning, you knew what you were getting into, right? But because they weren't, like, what? There was a time during, I think it was the first year when I worked at that place, when I don't know what happened to me, but I was feeling, like, really, really sick at work. Like, I don't know what was wrong. Like, I don't know. I was just, like, I just felt terrible. And the boss, you know, he didn't want me going home on the bus, so he called me an Uber to send me home. And then he texted me later that evening to make sure I was okay, to see if I was doing all right. So, like, how does someone go from that to what happened to, like, you know, that just, like, boggles my mind. Who knows, maybe you're right and it did have something to do with money. The fact that the company was growing and, like, maybe they felt like they needed to be a bit more pushier. I don't know. But I mean, like, everything was running fine. Like, I don't know. But whatever. Sometimes shit just be like that, I guess. But I can't handle situations like that, confrontation and whatever. I'm just not built to deal with things like that, and I don't handle stress very well. Like, when I'm frustrated or stressed out or like feeling very high strung, I cry. That's how I, like, I guess, release the emotion of frustration. I just cry. So like, even when I'm angry, if I'm really angry, I'll cry too. Like, I don't know why it comes out like that, but it does. And it's kind of annoying because it's like I want to be angry or frustrated, but then I'm crying and it's like, this is not helping. So yeah. But yeah. So let's hope this new job goes good. TLDR, let's hope this new job isn't like that. Or at least, let's hope that the people I'll be working with are nice. Because it's going to be like a team collaborative effort. So hopefully they're cool. Because, you know, I'm a pretty nice person, I think. So hopefully everything works out just fine. And hopefully they decide to keep me after the 3 months. Because it'd be nice to have a job. I'm just saying. Yeah, hope this one is different. I mean, there's gonna be issues everywhere. I mean, no place is perfect, but you know, I just hope it's I for the most part. But yeah, that's my work story. I don't have many work stories. I'm not gonna lie. Those are the ones I got. I can barely even see the ghosts I was attacking, or the skeletons, whatever. Oof, knocked me back. Okay.
How does that feel?
Ooh. Ooh. There's the story of my boyfriend. I can tell you that. Well, my ex, I should say. My ex-boyfriend. I can tell that story. Yeah, right. Oof. I can tell you here. This is a surprising and happy story. I'll tell you this one. So, my ex was one of the temps that were hired to work during the busy season at this place, and we'll call him A. I don't wanna like give out names or anything, but we'll call him A to make this easier. And you know, A struck me as like a weird, interesting guy. He was like very talkative and stuff, which is fine, but like it seemed like overly so. Like he was just always talking, and like, yeah, it was just weird to me, but like weird in a good way. Just how talkative he was, right? You know, and he would, you know, he's also had like a very kind of quirky and funny personality, right? He was a cool guy. So, you know, somehow, I guess just naturally, you know, we would talk every once in a while until eventually we kind of became friends while he was working there. And, you know, through talking and conversation, he told me he had a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And, you know, one day we were just like hanging out after work. It was actually that Friday of the whole Saturday shift thing that I just told you about. Because I was crying and stuff, he didn't want to like leave me alone. So, we were hanging out after work on that Friday and making sure that I was okay. And, you know, he told me that, like, his girlfriend, that he was looking to try and get a Christmas gift for his girlfriend. I'm pretty sure it's a Christmas gift. I don't think it was a birthday gift, because it was the end of the year. Anyways, it was getting her a gift, whatever, right? So we went to like this mall and we were walking around and we were talking about her and the kind of things that she likes and whatever, because I was kind of trying to like help him out with ideas and whatnot. And he showed me a picture of her and I was like, oh, you know, she's pretty cute. I was like, damn, you know, super lucky she's, you know, that's how cute she was, right? Just like teasing him or whatever. And, you know, towards the end of our little outing, he was like, he told me that he was polyamorous. And I was like, I have no idea what that word is. The only word I know that is similar to that is like polygamy. And like, polygamy and polyamory are not the same things, FYI. I learned it that night, which is fine. He wasn't offended or anything. Like, he understood that I had no idea what it was. And so he told me, and it was basically, you know, that the idea that you can be in love with more than one person, and thus, you know, you can date more than one person or be with more than one person, right? Like, it's a non-monogamy, right? So, you know, he told me this. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go home that night and I'm like, that sounds kind of interesting. I'd never heard of this kind of relationship before. Well, we're done the rift. So I go home and I look it up and I, you know, do a little bit more research into it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Like, what a new way to like date and stuff like that. And I was like, alright, cool. Then, oh really? Oh, that sucks. I've seen the opposite though. I have seen it work out. But in any case, so don't think it was the next day, but it was definitely during that same week or whatever. He says to me that he and his girlfriend, because they're polyamorous, they're looking to add a third person to their relationship, which in polyamory is called a triad, or a throuple, where like the three people date each other, or maybe like the three people are like in the relationship, right? So, and then, you know, he was kind of talking about that, and then I kind of like said that I was kind of interested in it. And so he was like, oh, okay. You know, we'll set up a thing where you can come meet a girlfriend. I was like, all right, cool. So I did, and yeah, I entered into a polyamorous relationship for like the first time, and it was nice. You know, A was pretty awesome, and you know, the girlfriend, call her C, she was awesome, and yeah, it was a nice relationship. And the main reason why I was interested in it was because, you know, I didn't know I was asexual at the time. I should point that out. So I had always been uncomfortable with, you know, physical intimacy, not knowing that I was asexual though. And so I was like, oh, if I'm dating, you know, a couple like this, then, you know, the pressure's kind of off on me because they can do sexy times together and there's no pressure until I'm ready, kind of thing. And then also for the fact that, you know, being an introvert, if, you know, I'm, you know, not really interested in going out because of my anxiety or my introvertedness or whatever, then, you know, they can do that. And there's no pressure on me to be social or stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay. And it worked out pretty well for several months until, you know, they're my exes, so obviously the relationship didn't last. But yeah, I mean, it was nice while it lasted, and like, polyamory is definitely an interesting type of relationship. I mean, you know, like everything has its pros and cons, but yeah, it like really oddly suited me. So I was like, oh, that's neat. But it's unfortunate the relationship didn't last, but yeah. Shit happens, unfortunately. But yeah, basically, so like I said, I didn't know I was asexual at the time, and when I had finally figured it out, I didn't have the opportunity to tell either of them because, you know, our schedules just didn't work out, so we couldn't like meet up. And then, you know, finally when it looked like I was going to be able to tell them, that's when I was broken up with. Yeah. So apparently they wanted like a little bit more of an intimate relationship, and you know, when I said, oh well, you know, I kind of just realized I'm asexual, so that's probably why I've been the way I've been. They were cool with it. They understood, but yeah, they didn't want to continue dating, so yeah. We went our separate ways. They're still together from what I know, which is nice. Living together now, I think, too, which is awesome. They're a cute couple, so it's unfortunate things didn't work out with me and them, because I really liked them, but sometimes relationships just don't work out, you know? And yeah, I was super sad and heartbroken when it happened, because like I said, I really liked them, and it sucks it couldn't work out, but you know, if they weren't getting what they wanted, then you know, you can't force someone into a relationship they're not happy with, so it happens. So I learned all about polyamory thanks to that relationship, and I learned about myself. I don't think I would have really discovered I was asexual if not for that relationship, so yeah. And learning that about myself really put a lot of my past relationships into perspective. Everything just like kind of clicked. I was like, oh, things just make sense now all of a sudden. So yeah. So that was nice. At least I learned something from it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you never know until you try, and then, hey, if the relationship works out, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's just the way relationships go. Ooh, I will say, though, I was bored, I don't know, maybe a few months ago. I was kind of bored. It was a weekend. Didn't really want to do anything or anything. Just feeling really lazy and really bored for some reason. So I was like, you know what? For some reason, Tinder kept popping up in my life. You know, whether it be on like YouTube, people making videos about it or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm super bored. Why don't I try Tinder as an asexual and see what happens? So I went on Tinder, and I clearly stated in my profile that I was asexual. So I was like, I wonder if like what's gonna happen. So unfortunately, nothing fun happened. I don't have any like fun stories about that, which is kind of disappointing. But you know, pretty much everyone who messaged me on there asked me what asexual meant, and when I told them, they were like, okay, cool. And then like that was pretty much it. Some people continued to talk to me a little bit after that, but like nothing really ever happened. But yeah, I wish I had a funnier story for that, cause yeah. But it is what it is. And then like I think like a week or two later I deleted Tinder, so it's like I said, I was just bored. So yeah, I know, right? You know, the only okay, I don't necessarily know if this is a good story, but like the only like thing I could tell you from that experience was one of the guys I talked to was apparently when we were talking, he was telling me that an older couple like messaged him on there to have like a three-way, and then he was telling me about that, and then through further conversation I found out that this guy was married, and no, his wife did not know he was on Tinder, and that yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, damn, like wow. Like I know that there are people like that, but like wow, to actually like talk to this guy and he was just clearly just blatantly telling me this stuff, and I was like, dude, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Like I know, it's definitely sad. especially because like I was highly amused by this guy who was approached by this older couple to like have a threesome, and then afterwards he told me the whole that he was married, and I was like, oh, okay, you don't amuse me anymore. I don't like you anymore. I'm just not gonna talk to you anymore. So yeah. Yeah, that was like my one and only experience with Tinder. And I'll probably never go back, so let's hope I never get bored again. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was like low-key disappointed by the fact that not one person wanted to send me dick pics. Super, super disappointed by that. You know, you hear all these stories about Tinder and like guys doing that, and then not a single one. False advertisement. It's too funny. Yo, online dating is hard, like legit. But yeah, online dating sucks. Like, there have been success stories. I know people who have successfully done online dating and met, like, their love of their lives, which is great. But man, I could never... I only... You know what? You're right. I should have thought of that. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, online dating's interesting. I did it for like a little bit in my early 20s because like my friends were doing it and it was just like the cool thing to do, to go on Plenty of Fish and online date and whatever. But like nothing ever came for it with me just because I was way too paranoid to meet anybody online. I did meet one person, actually. I did meet one person. But like, yeah. Right? Bored Snapchat. Oh my god. Too funny. But like, you know, I didn't even have anyone like really being like sexual towards me on there either. There was no like lewdness or dirty talk or none of that. You know what I mean? Didn't get any of that on there. Like I said, false advertising. I think I deleted my Snapchat. So like I never had one, and then one of my friends told me to get it because he wanted to show me some pictures on there, so I got it. And then like, yeah, I didn't really use it, so I think I deleted it. So yeah, I don't Snapchat at all. Yeah, online dating. I mean, hey, if it works out for you, it works out for you. Great. But like, I think I'm way too paranoid to like meet someone off the internet. Even though I went to like West Virginia and did just that. But that was different. I kind of knew those people, so that was fine. I don't know. I have this like paranoia where it's like, you know, if I go to meet someone off, you know, a dating app, you know, they're gonna like follow me home or some shit. Like, just like super paranoid about that. So like yeah. And like, it's probably like mostly irrational. Like, I know that, but like, still, there's still that thought of like, what if? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, like one of my friends from high school met someone off of, I can't remember what dating site, but they ended up dating for a bit and then they got married and they got a kid, so like, you know, It can work out. I know people who are proof of that. But I'm just too paranoid for it.
Your grave awaits.
No way. What are the odds? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my god. Yo, what are the odds of that? Oh, that's too funny. Like, did it lead to like an awkward situation or like was it like okay? Oh, that's really cool. Well, that's neat.
I'm just warming up.
That's so interesting. Like, you just never know. Hmm. That's really neat. Hmm. Oh no way, that's so funny. Oh my god. Oh damn. Too funny. Like damn. The odds of that are too funny. Wow. A couple years though. That's nice. I've never dated anyone for that long. I've never even gone like a year of dating someone. Like my relationship's just never gotten to that point. So that's awesome. Yeah, seriously. I think my longest relationship was like 9 months, something like that. Yeah, never made it to a year. That's just the way shit happens, I guess.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
Oh, dead end, really? Ooh, 8 years. Damn. That is long. Wow. Oh, congrats. It's too long, man. My shortest? My shortest was probably a month or less as well, I would say. I mean, I just, me and the guy just didn't really have anything in common. So, yeah. It was like our mutual friend set us up and yeah, and he was a nice guy. There's nothing like, wrong with him, but just didn't have anything in common. So, you know, like, yeah. Mm. this though? Just a bigger. That is huge. Yeah. Dating is rough. Dating is hard. Yeah. Exactly that. Sometimes it just fizzles out. I don't know. There's definitely like one relationship I can say that I never should have like entered into in the first place. Yeah. Oh God, I can't even imagine what dating is like right now. Stairs. Yeah. There's really only one relationship I like kind of wish I never entered into. Like not like because of like the guy or anything like that. It's just so most of the guys I've dated, I was like friends with them first. And so there's this one guy, you know, like we were friends, and then you know, he said he was interested in me and wanted to try dating, and I didn't want to because I like wasn't interested in him in that way at all. And you know, I kind of told him that I wasn't really interested, that I saw him more as a friend and whatever, and blah blah blah. But he kind of just like wouldn't let it go in a way. So I kind of just caved and said, you know, fine, we'll try dating. And yeah, I don't remember how long that relationship lasted. Like only a few months or something, but like the feelings never changed. I never like, you know, the feelings never changed from friendship to something more, and I eventually broke up with him because of that. You know, I gave it a try, and I really like spending time with him because, you know, he was my friend, but the feelings never changed, so unfortunately, yeah. But yeah, it's Hey Foggerman, I got a better question, Mr. Bot. Want to become a droplet? Oh, bots. They're too funny. Yeah. The whole mentality of not taking no for an answer. Yeah. Especially when I'm not good with confrontation. So if someone like backs me into a corner, I'll like cave. Which is not a good thing. Like you don't want to like pressure someone into dating you. You know? It's not very nice. But yeah. Unfortunately, it, you know, kind of ruined the friendship. Like, because after we broke up, obviously we didn't stay friends. So, yeah. That's like, that's the sad thing is that while I'm open to dating friends because, you know, if you're friends with someone, you already like them and then have things in common and stuff like that. But then if you date and it doesn't work out, then it's hard to stay friends after that, you know? So I've you know lost friends because of that,
Don't be shy.
which sucks. But what can you do?
See you soon. What? I didn't even know I had that thing.
I can't pick up anything else.
Yeah, it sucks when that happens, especially because like you know you were friends, so like you know, and then all of a sudden you're not, and you can't hang out anymore, and yeah, it sucks. It really does.
Ooh, that's nice. Can I have it back?
Yeah.
I
See you
can't
soon.
afford that.
That's the thing. So like I get it. Like I get if, you know, when I broke up with these guys, if they don't want to be friends anymore. Like, I get it. Like, you know, it's not like I try to hang out still or whatever. Like, I kind of leave it up to them if they still want to be friends, and if they don't, that's fine. I understand, you know. So it just sucks to lose the friendship. But what's sad is there was one guy I dated, was, you know, a friend, and that situation really sucks. Like, especially because he was someone who knew kind of my reservations towards physical intimacy. So I didn't know I was asexual at this time, but he knew how hesitant I was. He knew that I was a virgin. Like, he knew that kind of stuff, right? So now him knowing that, but then later, no, I can't remember how many months into the relationship, but to say things to me like, oh, you know, I'm going to want sex all the time, or sending me a dick pic first thing in the morning when I wake up. Yeah, that was odd, because he knows how I feel about that. So it's like, what? Yeah, that really bothered me. Him being a friend and him knowing how I felt, and then, you know, then we started dating, and then he was this way, and it's like, what? I don't get it. I'm kind of confused. What? Yeah. It was weird. And I ended up breaking up with him not too long after that happened, and yeah. And it sucks because he was a pretty good friend, and it sucked that things went down that way and that we were no longer friends, and yeah. It was a weird situation. It was really, really weird. But yeah. The only time I, like, didn't feel bad for breaking up with someone was when one of my exes was just, like, a complete douchebag. Then I did not feel bad about breaking up with him because I'm not going to date someone who's a douchebag. But that was, like, the first guy I dated. So, yeah. I don't know. Well, the thing is, like, well, him blatantly saying, you know, that he's going to want sex a lot, like, you know, that's not really hinting. That's, like, blatantly telling me, right? So it's like, oh, okay. I didn't know what to do with that information. And then the thing with the dick pic is that, like, when he sent it to me, so, like, it was, you know, right when I woke up first thing in the morning to get ready for work, you know, I pick up my phone and there's a text message from him telling me that, you know, he thinks he's showing some real progress in his weight loss journey. And I was like, you know, as a supportive girlfriend, great. Good for you. Do what makes you happy, right? So, like, I was gonna, you know, send a supportive message back, and then I see, like, him in the nude, and I'm like, did this guy just, like, send me a dick pic under the false pretense of showing me, like, how, you know, quote, improvement he's making? I was just like, what? First thing in the morning? Dude, what? And what's funny is that we were supposed to, like, meet up that day. We had made plans to, like, meet up that day after work. So, like, I was like, what? Like, we still ended up meeting up that day after work, but, like, I had the conversation with him of, like, why would you send me that? And he apologized for it. So, like, after that, but it was like, you know, we've never talked about the two of us being intimate. We had never, like, you know, sexted each other, like, you know, flirted in texts or anything like that. There was no, like, flirting of any kind happening in person or in text or anything. So like it really just came out of nowhere. Never did I like flirt or anything to hint at anything, like nothing. Nothing. There was no prompt at all. It was just out of nowhere, this kind of thing, and I was just like, what? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wish I wish I knew I was asexual at that point, because it would have made things a whole lot easier, I guess. But like, even before entering the relationship, he would have like clearly known that about me. And like, maybe that would have made things a bit easier, I guess. But I mean, I didn't know about that myself, so... I mean, in my head, I was still like, oh, you know, I'll eventually feel this way when I'm comfortable. Which, I mean, I guess is kind of true because I am demisexual, so yeah. It's interesting the things you learn about yourself in relationships when you look back. But yeah, it was just super awkward. And but like I said, unfortunate that like it ended up with us breaking up and then losing that friendship. That's sad. Because he was a good friend. So. But yeah. Definitely. Relationships are interesting. It's even funny how like sometimes I can explicitly tell someone like certain things about me and about like how a relationship with me is going to be like, and they still like it's like they don't believe me in a way. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. Honestly, that's probably why I don't like seek out relationships. Like whenever, like all of my relationships like started by like me being asked out by the other person. Like I've never sought out relationships on my own. Most of the time I just find them really annoying. And then and then sometimes the relationship I get into is actually nice at first, and then it happens or shit changes and then it's no longer nice. But even though I'm not like, even though I don't seek relationships, if I do enter into one, I am like all in. You know, I don't like half-ass it. If I do agree to it, I give it my all, you know? But I don't actively seek them out. You know, I'm perfectly fine being single all my life. If I never ever date anyone, never marry, like it's perfectly fine with me. You know, I've heard people say that too. Like I've had like family members and friends say that as well. That when they're looking to date, it's like impossible to find someone. I've heard that.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
I just hear a map. Where's the exit?
I'm just warming up.
Finally. Big map.
Your defenses are nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
If only they could see me now.
I think I'm gonna be done after this rift. It's like been 2 hours. I'm kind of tired. I think I moved. Oh, yeah. Getting kind of tired. It's like almost 2 a.m. too, so. Oh, no, leave me alone. Mm. Okay, let's clear out the inventory. Yeah. Right, it's about that time, you know? What did we get? 70. Bad. I need like 96. It feels early for you. Hmm. Oh. Chance to summon angelic assistance when attacking. Neato. New weapon. Put these in there, and let's get rid of. Oh my god. Yeah. I've been staying up about that late too. Just not on stream, obviously. Like, even though I'm wrapping up now, I'll probably still stay up for like another hour or so. Or at least like in bed. Like, I'll get ready and I'll go to bed and I'll just lay in bed reading a webcomic for like an hour. I've almost caught up on the one I'm reading. It's called Weak Hero. Like, week as in like W-E-A-K, week. Yeah, I'm almost caught up on it. So like, because I'm almost caught up, I want to finish it maybe tonight, hopefully. But it's so good. Yeah. Yeah. I do that during the day. Like, catching up on the YouTubes and whatever else. I do that during the day, so. Yeah. Ugh. Load the screen, there we go. But yeah. Calling it here. Thanks for hanging around and chatting with me, Izzy. And here and listen, you know, being patient while I rant about stuff. Build up the time, that's for sure. Talking about work and relationships. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night with more Diablo. I hope it was a good chat. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully you are too, and we can hang out some more. But yeah, have a good night. Bye-bye.